Archangel Michael says, "A powerful good news is coming tonight. Someone has written inheritance papers in your name without telling you. Before midnight, your name will be whispered in a room filled with angels. A breakthrough that was delayed is now being released. If you believe this message is for you, comment Amen and prepare for a divine turnaround. You were not meant to stumble upon this by accident. Heaven has arranged this moment. Right now, unseen angels are gathering around your name. There is a divine shift happening in the spiritual realm, and your name has been written into a blessing you didn't even pray for. It's an inheritance you never expected, signed and sealed with divine intention. Tonight, the wind of God is carrying your name into heavenly courts. The delay that has burdened your heart is being overturned. What was locked up is now being released. I was sent to tell you that a legal transfer is taking place, not of earthly papers alone, but of spiritual favor. Your inheritance is more than money. It's honor, restoration, and destiny. Comment 1111 if you believe this is the confirmation you've been waiting for. Heaven has remembered you. While others moved ahead, you wondered why your portion seemed held back. But God says, "What is written for you cannot be rewritten by man. The inheritance with your name is not a maybe, it is a must. What seemed lost is being recovered. What was hidden is now being revealed." There's a person connected to your past who did something behind the scenes. They placed your name in documents expecting no one to know, but God knew. And now, He is allowing the truth to come to light. You're not just getting back what you lost. You're stepping into something that was being prepared for you in secret. You thought you were overlooked. You felt like others were chosen while you waited. But I, Archangel Michael, was commanded by God to remind you, delay is not denial. God has been setting the stage for your grand reveal. And now, heaven is whispering your name in rooms where decisions are made. Comment 222 if your heart believes that this word is yours. I must warn you, this is not the time to give up. The enemy has tried to make you tired, to get you to walk away right before your name gets called. But I am standing guard, with a flaming sword, cutting down every opposition, trying to block your blessing. You are covered. You are protected. No weapon formed against your inheritance will prosper. Tonight, your name will be mentioned where you've never been invited. Angels will carry your identity into places of favor. It won't be because of your qualifications, it will be because of God's mercy. When you felt forgotten, you were actually being preserved. When you were crying, God was writing your name into a future testimony. God's fingerprint is on this. The document may have been signed on earth, but it was first stamped in heaven. This is why it could not be erased, lost, or delayed forever. God is a righteous judge, and He has ruled in your favor. I declare by divine authority, no man, no system, no demon can remove your name from what heaven has assigned. Before you scroll away, take one act of faith. Like this video, if you believe your name is on the blessing that's being released tonight, that single act is a sign in the spirit that says, I'm ready, ready to receive, ready to believe, ready to walk into what heaven has already approved. Take this moment seriously, because this window is open now, but it won't remain open long. The Spirit is moving swiftly, and those who respond in faith will receive early access to blessings meant to overflow. Before midnight, expect a divine alert, an unexpected call, email, or sign that confirms what I'm declaring. But only those who truly believe will recognize it when it comes. Comment, I love God, if you know that what's coming is bigger than you imagined. Child of God, you're not fighting this battle alone. I am surrounding your house with protection. I have been sent on assignment to block every attack sent against your mind, your finances, your peace. Every whisper of failure is being silenced. The noise of confusion is being cleared out. Heaven is making room for breakthrough. There are people watching you in silence. Some want you to fail. Some doubted your promise. But what they don't see is that God was hiding you for a reason. And now, the covering is being lifted. The blessing you carry will speak for itself. You won't have to convince anyone. God will vindicate you openly. There are angelic contracts waiting for your agreement. Heaven does not force what you do not believe. If you accept this word, if you trust the whisper of God, then get ready. What took years is about to manifest in hours. What felt impossible is about to feel natural. Because when God says it's your time, no one else's opinion can stop it. Tonight, the atmosphere around your name is changing. I have heard prayers rising with your voice. I have seen the tears no one else noticed. And I was commanded to bring you this message as a warning, but as a confirmation. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. Why is this 7-second brain ritual suddenly going viral? Leaked CIA files have exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the floodgates to wealth. Verified by 4 top labs, this ritual is turning financial pain into prosperity fast. From massive bills to luxury trips, it's changing lives. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You have been divinely preserved for such a time as this. The waiting season was not to punish you, was to protect your promise. Heaven has now opened the scroll, and I, Archangel Michael, have read what is written. Your name is scheduled for release before midnight. The inheritance carrying your spiritual identity, your favor, and your miracle is being activated by divine command. The struggle you've been facing was not in vain. It was the evidence that your breakthrough had to pass through resistance. Every delay you've experienced was a mark of the weight your blessing holds. It's not just wealth, it's legacy. It's not just favor, it's generational restoration. And now, God is restoring what the locusts have eaten. Someone tried to keep your name out of that document. They tried to cover it, erase it, or deny it. But what man hides, God reveals. I declare to you now, by the light of heaven, that no earthly hand can block what has already been written in heaven's book concerning you. Comment 333 if you know God's truth is louder than any lie spoken over your destiny. Your time is not just coming, it is here. The angels are already moving, carrying the declaration of the Lord into places where decisions are made. You won't need to beg. You won't need to fight. You only need to believe. Faith is the currency of heaven, and right now, your faith is triggering a divine wire transfer of favor, miracles, and open doors. There is a strong spiritual wind tonight. It is not random. It is the sound of alignment. God is shifting people, places, and moments to meet you with answers. The things you thought were behind you, the dreams you buried, the prayers you gave up on air suddenly alive again. Why? Because heaven never forgot. God never sleeps, and he never loses track of what belongs to his children. I see your name being repeated in the spirit. I hear the sound of angels whispering in meetings you didn't attend, rooms you never entered, places you thought were unreachable. But now, they are calling for you. Not because of who you know, but because of who you are to God. Comment 1212 if you know this message is heaven's reminder that you are not forgotten. Do not be moved by what your eyes see. Your current struggle is not your permanent situation. You are on the edge of breakthrough. Many who receive this won't believe it. But to the few whose spirit is aligned with heaven, this is the moment. What was closed is being opened. What was missing is being restored, and what was delayed is being delivered. God is not late. He is precise. He is orchestrating this divine turnaround like a master composer. You are a note in his symphony, and when he plays your part, everything shifts. The job, the call, the healing, the relationship, it all begins to respond to his voice. That's why I urge you, do not miss your moment of alignment. You may have been betrayed by people close to you. Family, friends, co-workers, some have secretly wished for your failure. Some have hidden opportunities meant for you. But let me speak truth as your divine protector. No curse, no jealousy, no sabotage can stop a heavenly decree. When God says it's yours, even the enemy must step aside. Tonight is not like every other night. The spirit realm is stirred. I have never seen such urgency in the heavens for your name. And this is why I was sent not to comfort, but to command you. Rise up in faith. Stop doubting. Your blessing is fragile, only in doubt, but invincible in belief. Comment, Jesus is Lord, if you know that heaven's timing is now, and your name is on the scroll of favor. The windows of heaven are open. This isn't a phrase, it's a reality. You may feel unqualified, unworthy, or too far behind, but God's grace overrides your human condition. He blesses not because of perfection, but because of purpose, and your purpose is awakening now. Don't be distracted. The enemy will try to bring confusion, fear, and delay at the last moment. He knows what's about to be released to you. He fears your inheritance because it will break generational chains. It will inspire others. It will shake the kingdom of darkness. That's why I'm here to stand guard, to speak life, to release this truth into your spirit. Before the sun rises, expect a sign, an email, a call, a shift in your heart. Don't ignore it. Don't second guess it. God's voice comes in stillness. When you feel peace, step into it. When you feel drawn, lean into it. He is drawing you to your place of inheritance. You may have prayed, Lord, just give me a sign. This is that sign. This is that voice. This is that divine interruption in your routine meant to prepare your spirit for reception. What you do with this moment will echo into your next season. Get ready to see doors open without your effort. Get ready for people to bless you without your asking. Get ready for divine appointments, sudden favor, surprising news. This is the sound of inheritance being delivered. God has written you into his plan, not as a spectator, but as a recipient. You will not just witness blessings, you will walk in them. This time, it's personal. This time, it has your name on it. This time, the paper was signed by heaven and sealed by grace. Could this hidden CIA brain ritual be the real reason people are suddenly rich? A secret CIA discovery has just leaked, revealing a brain hack that's pulling wealth into people's lives effortlessly. It only takes 7 seconds, it's done at home, and it's backed by 4 neuroscience labs. Debt is vanishing. Luxury is becoming normal. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Now listen closely. You didn't just survive the delays and denials, you outlasted them. And for that reason, heaven is rewarding you with something others tried to block. There is something divine about this night. There is an urgency in the spirit realm. What was hidden in secret is now being unlocked in public. The inheritance with your name is not just being released, it's being announced. There is a sound in heaven. It's your name being echoed through divine halls. Not whispered out of pity, but declared out of promise. God is shining a light on what was done in darkness. Someone who thought they were clever signed something in your name and hid it. But heaven has overturned the seal, and now it is being revealed and returned to its rightful owner. You were not forgotten. You were being positioned. For every time you cried alone, thinking heaven was silent, God was actually writing your name into a legacy. You didn't lose time. You were being prepared for the moment of sudden release. And that moment is now. Comment 555 if you believe this is the divine moment you've been waiting for. I see contracts with your name on them. I see a shift happening over your family. This is more than a financial transfer. This is a restoration of identity. The enemy tried to rename you, shame you, and frame your future with defeat, but heaven has overruled the attack. You are stepping into a new identity, one marked by favor, peace, and abundance. You are not disqualified. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are favored. Your inheritance has been guarded by angels. And now, I stand beside you to speak life into your spirit. There are no more delays. There is no more denial. Heaven is speaking with urgency, and your time has come. Comment, I affirm, if you know you are chosen, and heaven is confirming it right now. There are people who have watched you struggle. Some with concern, some with curiosity, and others with envy. But none of them know what God has been doing behind the scenes. The inheritance coming to you is not because of public opinion. It's because of a private covenant between you and the Father. When you whispered prayers in the dark, when you chose faith instead of bitterness, when you kept walking even when it hurt, God took note. And now, He is answering in a way that will leave no doubt. The breakthrough will be so clear, so timely, that even your enemies will say, surely the hand of God is upon them. Do not fear what comes next. The enemy loves to inject anxiety when blessings are close, but I declare this over you now. No fear, no stress, no guilt, and no shame shall enter this new season. You are stepping into it with clean hands and a surrendered heart, and heaven calls that worthy. You will not have to chase what God has commanded to come to you. Your name has already been assigned to the blessing. It is finding you even now. Someone is already preparing to release it. A call is being scheduled. A door is being unlocked. A mind is being changed. This is how heaven moves in alignment, not in chaos. Comment, I trust God, if you believe your name has been spoken in rooms you never walked into. Let me tell you something only heaven knows. The storm you just survived was not natural, it was spiritual warfare. The enemy knew something was being transferred to you. He tried everything to delay it. Fatigue, confusion, betrayal, doubt. But he failed. You're still standing. And because you endured, you will now experience what others gave up on too soon. God is not asking you to understand everything. He is only asking you to trust that He's been in control all along. The signature on your inheritance paper may be man's, but the authorization was divine. There is a fire burning in the spirit realm, holy confirmation that your season has shifted. This is not a maybe. This is not a someday. This is now. Tonight, you must open your spirit fully. Lay aside the worry. Lay aside the logic. Let faith rise. God does not work according to human timelines. He works in the realm of miracles, and miracles don't make sense, they make history. The angels around you are rejoicing already. They are not waiting for the proof, they are celebrating the promise. That's how sure heaven is about what is coming your way. The time of begging and hoping is over. Now begins the time of walking and receiving. Your house is being marked for visitation, not by judgment but by favor. The same way God passed over houses in Egypt and protected His people, He is now assigning protection and promotion over your dwelling. Let no fear enter your door. This is holy ground. This is not just a message, it is a divine delivery, one that carries instructions, impartation, and confirmation. Follow what your spirit knows. Lean into the peace. Expect the impossible. And watch what happens within the next few hours. God is about to put your name in someone's heart, someone who has the power to bless you, someone who can shift your situation, someone who will act, not out of obligation, but because heaven will whisper to their spirit and they will obey. Prepare your spirit. Stay in gratitude. Speak no fear. Align your thoughts with heaven's decree, because what is coming cannot be earned, it can only be received. Why is everyone whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. There is something sacred about this moment. I, Archangel Michael, have not been sent to many like this. This moment is sealed by divine instruction. God has assigned it with urgency and precision. Someone has moved in secret to place your name in an inheritance. But heaven never intended for this to stay hidden. Now, God is lifting the veil. The hidden blessing is being revealed, and your name is rising to the surface. This isn't just about wealth or property. This is about rightful position. God is restoring what you should have received long ago. He is reversing the dishonor. Where your name was removed, it is now being re-engraved. The hands that tried to shut the door will watch it open without them. And it will not be because of revenge, but because of righteousness. There is rejoicing in heaven for you, not because you were perfect, but because you stayed faithful. You didn't let the pressure cause you to curse God. You didn't walk away from your calling when it hurt. And because of that, God says, I am unlocking what was sealed. I am restoring what was stolen. I am crowning what was crushed. Comment 999 if this word reaches deep into your spirit. The inheritance written in your name was never about one person's decision. It was about divine alignment. Long before you faced rejection, heaven had a plan. What was delayed had to pass through divine fire for your growth, for your protection, and for the right timing. And now, that timing is here. I see angels holding papers, legal documents, contracts, pages filled with answers, and your name is on all of them. God has sent a wind to blow them into your life. You will not chase after these things. They will chase you. You will not strive for them, they will find you, because you are aligned with heaven. Comment, I believe, if you know in your heart that you've been aligned for such a time as this. You have been asking, why so many battles before every breakthrough? And heaven answers, because the enemy sees what's ahead of you. The warfare was confirmation of the weight of your blessing. The fight wasn't over where you are, it was over where you're going. But now, the war is turning in your favor. God is shifting the balance. Your tears have been counted. Your pain has not been wasted. The divine scale of justice is tipping toward your breakthrough. What was held up is being rushed out. What was buried is being resurrected. What was missing is being delivered. This is not the season to be silent. Open your mouth in faith. Begin to thank God even before the manifestation, because gratitude activates the release. You don't need to understand it. All just believe that the author of your destiny never forgets what he writes. There are names being called in the Spirit. Yours is one of them, not because you begged, not because you tried to prove yourself, but because heaven remembers its promises. You are part of a divine inheritancean eternal chain of blessings that cannot be broken by man or demon. Comment, I love God. If you know you were created to walk in favor, not fear. There are people in your bloodline who never received what they were meant to have. Curses, patterns, setbacks, they interrupted the flow. But God says, it ends with you. You are the one who breaks it. You are the one who receives what was stopped. The blessing that bypassed generations has circled back and found you. That's why this night matters. That's why I was commanded to speak this. There are moments that shift decades, and you are standing in one right now. This is not ordinary. This is divine intervention, the kind that only God can orchestrate. I see confusion lifting from your mind. I see strength returning to your soul. Your spirit is awakening. The heaviness is breaking. The fog is clearing. The lies are being silenced. And the voice of God is becoming louder than the doubts you've battled for years. Your hands will hold what your heart barely dared to hope for. You will see with your eyes what your spirit saw in visions. You will walk into rooms where you were once denied entry, not because you forced your way in, but because heaven opened the door and called your name. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. You are right on time, perfectly positioned, divinely scheduled, and supernaturally approved. God says, this is your moment of return. What was stolen is coming back. What was hidden is being revealed. What was yours is being restored. This time, your enemies won't be able to stop it. They will watch, but they won't touch. They will witness, but they won't interfere. Because I have drawn a line around you. I have assigned angels to your space. No attack shall prosper. No lie shall stand. No delay shall remain. You are the chosen one in your family, the intercessor, the warrior, the promise bearer. And now, heaven is responding to every sleepless night, every silent prayer, every whispered cry. It's your season of visible, undeniable reward. God is raising your name, not for your pride, but for His purpose. Through you, others will believe. Through you, people will see what happens when someone holds on to faith, even when the world gives them every reason to quit. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account overnight? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that's flipping lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth attraction brainwaves. People are now stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. The inheritance that bears your name is no longer locked behind spiritual gates. The chains are breaking. The scroll is being opened. The silence is ending. And now, I, Archangel Michael, stand with divine authority to announce your name has been approved by heaven's highest court. No man, no situation, no voice of doubt can overrule this decision. I was present when your name was mentioned by God. I heard Him say, "It is time," and when heaven speaks, creation must respond. That is why strange things may begin to shift around you. People may suddenly distance themselves. Doors may close. But all of it is part of divine alignment. It is not rejection. It is redirection. You are not entering a season of luck. You are entering a season of prophecy fulfilled. What was spoken over you in prayer, what was whispered to you in dreams, what was shown to you in visions, all of it is finding its way to you now. Comment 1010 if your heart confirms that this is your divine time. This is why the warfare intensified. The closer you got to this moment, the more resistance came. It wasn't a sign that God forgot you. It was a sign that the enemy was terrified of what you're about to receive. You are not just walking into favor, you are walking into freedom. Chains are breaking in your family because of your faith. I see angels releasing the blessing like a scroll being unrolled across your future. Pages of answered prayers, paragraphs of divine reversals, sentences of healing and promotion, all signed with your name. You are not just getting a portion, you are receiving the full measure of what was written. Comment, I trust God, if you believe the scroll of blessing has been opened over your life tonight. Don't let fear lie to you. Don't let the past convince you that this is too good to be true. God is not limited by your mistakes. He is moved by your belief. The inheritance being delivered tonight is not based on how perfect you've been, but on how deeply you've trusted Him in the middle of the storm. There are people connected to your past who tried to keep this hidden. They made choices that delayed your arrival at destiny. But even in their attempt to shut you out, God was working behind the curtain. He saw what they did, and He has ruled in your favor. Now the very thing that was stolen is returning sevenfold. You are being compensated not just with wealth, but with wisdom. Not just with blessings, but with boldness. God is making you stronger through this process, so you'll never fear loss again. This is a divine transaction. Heaven is exchanging your sorrow for joy, your fear for faith, your shame for glory. You are trading the garments of mourning for robes of victory, and your enemies will have no choice but to see it and know God did this. Comment, Amen, if you receive this heavenly exchange in your spirit right now. Let me tell you what I see next. You walking through a door that others said was permanently closed. You being honored in a room where they once mocked you. You receiving a message from someone who once overlooked you. But now, they are returning with recognition, with repentance, and with reward. Don't be surprised when those who once rejected you try to return. The glory that's being placed on you will draw attention. But don't respond with bitterness, respond with wisdom. God is setting a table before you, and those who doubted you will have front row seats, not to shame them, but to glorify Him. This blessing has a ripple effect. It is not just for you. It will impact those around you. Your faith has created an open portal. Your praise has unlocked divine momentum. And now, breakthrough will spill into your home, your work, your health, and your legacy. Tonight, when you lay down to rest, expect dreams. Not just any dreams, but prophetic ones. Visions of what is to come, confirmations of what I have spoken. God is not only sending provision, He's sending instruction. Listen closely, write them down. You are being given a glimpse of your next chapter. This is not the time to shrink. Stand tall, pray boldly, declare confidently. The enemy hoped this moment would never come, but here you are. Receiving, believing, standing, and reclaiming what was always yours. You will no longer live in survival mode. You are moving into the overflow. That means unexpected money, favor in conversations, ease in decisions, and joy in places where sorrow used to dwell. The glory of the Lord is surrounding you like a shield. I am commanding every demon that once tormented your peace to leave. I am declaring every atmosphere around you to align with the will of God. No confusion, no distractions, no more discouragement. You were chosen to be the exception in your generation, the one who breaks the cycle, the one who receives what others missed, the one who rises, not because of connection but because of covenant. What you feel stirring in your spirit now is not emotion, it's confirmation. Your inheritance is arriving, and this time it's staying, because this time you are ready. What if just 7 seconds could flip your entire financial life? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a powerful brain ritual that's helping ordinary people wipe out debt and attract wealth beyond imagination. Backed by 4 cutting-edge neuroscience labs, this at-home breakthrough is turning everyday lives into dreams, luxury cars, beautiful homes, endless vacations. But this secret may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. The inheritance has already begun moving toward you. This is not about if, it's about when. And I, Archangel Michael, am here to tell you that the when is now. I was sent with urgency to deliver this heavenly declaration. Before midnight, heaven will whisper your name where breakthrough decisions are being made. The papers that were once buried in silence are being uncovered with your name shining upon them. You have stood in the fire, but you were not consumed. You have walked through valleys, but you were never abandoned. Because all along you were marked for something greater. You were being preserved, not punished. And now, that season of hiding has ended. Your reward is not just coming, it is being expedited. Comment, I believe, if you feel this confirmation in your spirit. The very system that tried to leave you out is now being used by God to bring you in. What was meant to exclude you is becoming the bridge that carries your blessing. You didn't force this. You didn't fight for it. You simply believed. And heaven honors faith more than anything else. I saw the moment God released the instruction to the angels. The room was filled with light. Your name was declared, and suddenly, scrolls were handed to heavenly messengers. I was one of them. I saw what was written. I saw the signature of God's approval next to your name. You were chosen not just for blessing, but for legacy. Comment 777 if you believe you are walking into the legacy season of your life. You were not created to live in delay. You were created to walk in divine timing. And although you've cried out, God, why is it taking so long? The answer was never that He forgot. It was that He was preparing the perfect conditions so that when the blessing arrived, no man could deny it came from Him. This is why your story won't make sense to those who only understand logic. Your story will carry favor that looks like fiction, but it will be real, tangible, unshakable. Because it won't be built on luck, it will be built on God's covenant. The inheritance is not limited to wealth, it includes peace of mind, healing in your body, restoration in relationships, clarity in purpose, and confidence in calling. Everything the enemy tried to steal, confuse, or delay is now under divine judgment, and God has ruled in your favor. Your home is about to be filled with joy again. Your heart is about to breathe freely again. Your mind is about to rest in peace again. The things that haunted you in secret are being chased out by the light of God's presence. Comment, I affirm, if you feel the weight lifting from your spirit right now. Let me tell you what else is happening. People who forgot about you are suddenly thinking of you. People who ignored your name are now seeing it clearly. Heaven is placing you on their hearts. And when they act, it will seem like coincidence, but it will be divine orchestration. You will not miss this moment. I've been stationed around your life to ensure that the traps fail, the delays collapse, and the confusion clears. The time for doubt is over. You've come too far. You've survived too much. Now you must receive. Angels are not just standing around you. They are carrying answers. They are moving with purpose. They are positioned for war and for wealth. And I, Archangel Michael, am leading this battalion under God's holy command to protect your promise from every attack of the enemy. I see heaven assigning fresh oil to your name. That means favor in rooms you haven't entered. That means divine acceleration in areas that once moved slowly. That means what was once stuck is now being unstuck. Heaven has given the order. Your next chapter has been unsealed. You thought it was too late. You thought the paper was lost. You thought your name was left out. But the truth is, God was waiting for the perfect moment to prove that what He assigns, no one can take away. Let them wonder how it happened. Let them ask why it came to you. You don't need to explain favor. You just need to carry it with grace. God is the one writing this chapter, not man, not system, not family, not foe. Comment, Jesus is Lord, if you know that no one but God deserves the credit for what's coming next. I know you've battled doubt. I know you've questioned if you're truly worthy. But let me speak this plainly. You are worthy, not because of what you've done, but because of what Jesus did. He made the way. He signed the contract in blood. You are covered, chosen, and called. This inheritance is not a fluke. It is not accidental. It was written into your spiritual DNA before you were ever born. That's why nothing could truly stop it. The delay could not cancel it. The betrayal could not delete it. The silence could not mute it. And now is the moment it begins to unfold. Tonight, when the clock strikes the hour heaven chose, you will feel it. It may be peace washing over you. It may be a thought dropping into your spirit. It may be a phone call or a message. However it comes, know this: it's the beginning of your turnaround. This is not just hope, it's prophecy. And prophecy, when spoken by heaven, cannot return void. Is it time you unlock the same CIA secret brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak has revealed a powerful 7-second technique developed under CIA-funded research and backed by neuroscience. It's helping people magnetize wealth like never before, from debt to luxury faster than anyone believed. But this miracle won't stay public for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. You are standing in front of a moment that was written for you before time began. This is not just another night. This is not just another message. This is a turning point in your life. I, Archangel Michael, speak to you now because heaven has removed the veil. The inheritance that was hidden, the favor that was delayed, the blessing that was denied, it's all being released into your hands. There has been a battle over your name. In the spirit, I have seen the enemy try to smear it, sabotage it, suppress it. But heaven has declared, enough. God has erased every lie and rewritten every label. Now, your name shines again not because of what you did, but because of what He ordained. Comment 222 if you know that God has the final say over your name and your future. You were chosen not because of popularity, not because of position, but because of purpose. You carry something others cannot see, but heaven has always known. Your spirit has been shaped through suffering. And now, your reward will reflect the depth of what you've endured in silence. This blessing will not just lift your finances, it will lift your voice. It will confirm your calling. It will remind you and everyone around you that when God opens a door, no one can shut it. This is more than inheritance, it's influence. This is more than a transaction, it's a testimony. You will not have to convince anyone of your worth. This season, your fruit will speak. God is putting evidence in your hands so undeniable, even your enemies will have to admit, God did this. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them ask how. You don't owe them an explanation. You owe God your praise. Comment, I trust God, if you are ready to walk into what no man can stop. I was there when you wanted to give up. I saw the nights you lay awake, overwhelmed, unsure, questioning your future. And I was there shielding you, whispering when you couldn't hear, fighting battles you didn't even know were happening. Not once were you alone. God never turned away from you. Even in your weakest moments, His eyes were still on you, and now He is answering not just your words but your tears. Every tear you cried has watered the roots of this miracle. Now it's time for the harvest. You're not just stepping into something new, you're stepping into what always belonged to you. What was blocked is now being cleared. What was lost is being returned. What was closed is opening without a key. Because this is a God move, not a human one. There is someone watching this who thinks it's too late. Let me speak directly to you. It is not too late. You are not behind. You are exactly where God needs you to be. The enemy tried to convince you that the delay meant denial, but I'm here to tell you the delay was divine protection. Comment 11:11 if you believe God's timing is perfect and your blessing is still on schedule. I see specific breakthroughs being released. Financial provision, legal favor, divine appointments, healing in your body, peace in your home. All of these are not isolated. They are connected to the inheritance that is being unsealed in this moment. You have done your part. You've prayed, you've endured, you've remained faithful. Now heaven is responding, not just with words, but with evidence. You will not leave this season empty-handed. I have positioned angels around your name. They are guarding the blessing that is arriving. They are canceling every assignment of delay. They are removing the hands of those who tried to manipulate the outcome. Your name is safe, your name is secured, and your name is favored. You are moving into a season where you will not have to force anything. God is going ahead of you. He is preparing the hearts of those who will bless you. He is arranging the details. He is writing the connections. He is aligning the timing. Don't shrink in fear. Don't hesitate because of the past. You've been changed by the fire. And now, you're ready to receive what the enemy tried to convince you you'd never have. This is not a mistake. This is not hype. This is heaven speaking, heaven confirming, heaven moving, and heaven delivering. Everything is changing. Your name is being whispered in boardrooms, living rooms, offices, courtrooms, not in judgment, but in favor. God is sending your name like a seed into the soil of opportunity, and the harvest will be undeniable. Comment, I affirm. If you know your name is already working in rooms you haven't entered yet. There are some watching this who have been mocked for believing. They've told you to be realistic, to stop dreaming, to let it go. But they didn't know what you carried. They didn't hear what God promised. They didn't see what heaven had planned, but now they will, because God is about to prove His word, not in secret, not in whispers, but in full view. He is not just preparing a blessing, He's preparing a witness. You are about to be a living example of what happens when faith refuses to die. Let the world call it sudden, let others call it lucky. But you will know it was always God. It was always written. It was always yours. Why is the government hiding this 7-second brain ritual from the public? A leaked CIA document just exposed a brain technique so powerful, it's helping people cancel debt and call in wealth within days. Validated by 4 top neuroscience labs, this method is changing everything. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. There are doors opening tonight that were once sealed shut with chains you couldn't break on your own. I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to tell you that the lock is broken. The hand of God has turned the key. The very room they said your name could never enter is now the same room where your name is being celebrated. The inheritance they tried to bury is being placed in your hands publicly, boldly, permanently. This is your moment of divine reversal. Everything that worked against you is now working for you. Everything the enemy meant for evil is being flipped into favor. This is the hour when the rejected becomes the redeemed. This is the moment when the forgotten becomes the favored. Comment, Amen, if you feel this word shaking something loose in your spirit. You've waited for man's approval long enough. Now you're stepping into heaven's appointment, and heaven doesn't need a second opinion. You've been approved by the King of Kings. You don't need to knock on doors anymore. God is blowing them open for you. You don't need to beg for attention. Heaven is putting you in position. The pain you endured was never empty. Every moment of heartbreak, every delay, every betrayal, none of it was wasted. It was all training. It was preparation for the magnitude of the blessing that's arriving now. And this time, you'll be ready to carry it with wisdom, strength, and grace. Comment 333 if you believe your pain is about to become power. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. You are appointed. You are marked. You are protected. And you are remembered. Heaven has not just heard you. Heaven has moved for you. I know this because I am one of the angels assigned to your name. I've seen your tears. I've recorded your prayers. And now I've been dispatched to guard your breakthrough. The enemy tried to convince you that nothing would ever change. That lie ends now, because what God is about to do for you cannot be stopped, slowed down, or redirected. You're stepping into a divine fast lane. What took others years will come to you in days. And yes, there will be whispers. People will ask, "How did this happen so fast?" And your only answer will be, "God remembered me." You're not stepping into random favor. You're stepping into rightful favor. Favor that already had your name on it. Favor that was waiting for your spirit to align with heaven's timing. And now that you're here, it's moving swiftly toward you. Comment, "I love God," if you know this season is already written under your name in the book of destiny. This is the kind of inheritance that brings generational change. This isn't just for you. Your children will benefit from it. Your household will feel the shift. People connected to you will be blessed by association. You've become a vessel for divine overflow. This is why you had to walk through lonely seasons. This is why the attacks increased. You weren't being punished. You were being preserved. You were being separated. You were being shielded for something sacred. God is not just handing you something, He's trusting you with something. The breakthrough you're receiving is carrying purpose, and that purpose will light a path for others still trapped in the dark. Your yes to God is the reason this door opened. You didn't chase fame. You didn't manipulate people. You just said yes. You obeyed. You believed even when you couldn't see. And now heaven is saying yes back to you. Let the doubters talk. Let the skeptics stare. Let the silence of your past seasons echo as proof that this blessing is wholly not noisy. This blessing comes with stillness, assurance, and power. Comment 555 if you believe God is preparing a miracle that will silence every lie spoken about you. Now listen closely because this part is important. You are not required to fight for this inheritance. I am doing that for you. I have been given the authority to strike down every demonic force, every jealous tongue, every spiritual blockage standing between you and what God is delivering. You don't need to strain. You don't need to panic. You need only to believe and receive. Your faith is the access point. Your trust is the currency, and your praise is the proof that you're ready. So worship while you wait. Praise while the papers are moving. Dance while the doors are opening. Speak life while the miracles are forming. You are not waiting for God to move. He is waiting for you to believe. You may feel unqualified. You may feel tired, but that's when heaven does its best work. When you're at the end of yourself, God begins to overflow. And this time you will not just receive, you will retain. No more temporary blessings. No more open and closed doors. No more almost. What's coming will stay. What's arriving will grow. And what's placed in your hands will carry the fingerprints of heaven itself. Why is this 7-second brain ritual suddenly going viral? Leaked CIA files have exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the floodgates to wealth, verified by 4 top labs. This ritual is turning financial pain into prosperity fast. From massive bills to luxury trips, it's changing lives. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You didn't imagine the delay. You weren't wrong about the opposition. What you felt was real. The heaviness, the closed doors, the strange silence, it all happened because something powerful was hidden in your future. I, Archangel Michael, have been watching closely, and I am here to tell you that hidden blessing is no longer out of reach. Heaven has declared, release it now. The inheritance that once felt distant is now being placed directly into your life. It's coming through unexpected people, through divine messages, and through sudden turns. What was overlooked is now over-delivered. God is not just giving you what was lost. He is giving you more than you imagined. Comment 1212 if you receive this overflow anointing in your spirit. There's been a shift in the spiritual realm. And you, beloved one, are the reason. Your praise, even in pain, changed the rhythm of heaven around you. Your faith moved timelines. Your prayers pulled the favor of God into alignment. And now, your name is being wrapped in divine speed. You are not just being blessed, you are being elevated. You may feel unprepared, but God says you are ready. You may feel small, but the assignment on your life is mighty. The scroll that carries your name also carries instructions, and the first is this: do not doubt this moment. If you treat it like another night, you will miss what others are about to marvel over. God is not sending you back into cycles. He is sending you forward into circles of breakthrough. The rooms you couldn't enter last season are now unlocked. The voices that once silenced you are now being silenced. The inheritance they tried to erase is now etched in the heavens and cannot be undone. Comment, I trust God. If you believe no force on earth can stop what is already written in heaven, I must tell you what I see next. There is a woman watching this who almost gave up last week. You sat in silence, wondering if anyone still saw you. Heaven did. Your tears reached the throne. Your hope moved angels. And tonight, your name is being wrapped in healing, provision, and honor. It is not too late for you. You are exactly where God needs you to be. There's also a young man who's been battling confusion and financial pressure. You've been praying for a sign, for something real. This is it. This is your confirmation. That breakthrough isn't delayed, it's now in motion. You will not lose your mind. You will not be crushed. God has already dispatched help. Your name has been whispered in heaven, and now it's being spoken on earth. And for every person who feels forgotten, you are not. I know your name. God knows your name. And tonight, that name is being honored. Comment, Amen, if you know heaven still knows your name. The financial miracle coming your way isn't just about survival, it's about stewardship. You are being entrusted with more because you will use it for good. God is giving to you so that you can give to others. This is kingdom wealth. This is prophetic abundance. This is overflow with purpose. You've been faithful with little. Now God is making you ruler over much. You gave when it hurt. You served when no one thanked you. You stayed in position when others walked away. And now, your reward will be public. Your next days will not look like your last days. The heaviness will lift. The bills will be paid. The lack will turn to legacy. And the whispers of doubt will be drowned out by heaven's declaration. Well done, faithful servant. You are no longer chasing blessings. Blessings are chasing you. Your spirit has already shifted into alignment. The angels assigned to you are now running with orders. Every roadblock is being removed. Every false label is being torn down. Every stolen opportunity is being returned. I see you standing in the middle of answered prayers. You've been called crazy for believing this long, but now they'll call you chosen, because God is about to do something no one can deny. This will not be a quiet miracle. This will be a loud deliverance. This will be a public inheritance, with your name on every page. Comment, "I believe," if you're ready to receive what you once only prayed for. This is the season when you no longer just hear about miracles, you become one. You are the story someone else will tell to inspire their faith. You are the evidence someone else will use to trust God again. You are no longer invisible. You are no longer ignored. Heaven has placed a mark on you, and that mark is attracting favor, wealth, healing, peace, and divine help. When the clock strikes tonight, expect confirmation. You will sense it. You will feel it. You may dream, receive a message, get an alert, or hear your spirit leap. Whatever happens, trust it. God is moving. He's not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to believe. He's not waiting for you to figure it all out. He's asking you to surrender. And when you do, what happens next will shift your entire life. Why is everyone whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. This is your final confirmation. The words you're hearing right now are not just information, they are alignment. I, Archangel Michael, was sent to guard your inheritance and announce it with authority. And tonight, I speak with heaven's voice. You will not leave this season empty-handed. The papers have been unsealed. The blessing has been authorized, the miracle has been ordered, and your name is written in the release. The inheritance that was hidden has come into the light. No more delay. No more silence. No more wondering. What you thought was stolen is being returned with interest. What was withheld is now being poured out. You are stepping into divine compensation, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. Comment, Amen, if you are ready to walk boldly into what heaven has written just for you.